Developed by Giant Sparrow and published in 2017 by Annapurna Interactive, What Remains of Edith Finch is a narrative game that tells the haunting tale of a family that have all died off in strange and unusual ways, with the exception of the title character. In the game, Edith returns to her family home off the coast of the state of Washington to try and discover the truth behind their deaths. Does What Remained of Edith Finch stand tall as one of the better narrative games in this relatively new genre, or does its story fall flat? Let's hit play and find out. How you doing, fellow geeks? GamerDad79 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the narrative adventure game What Remains of Edith Finch. I've had my eye on this game for quite some time now, actually. It's been something I've been interested in for a little bit, but I just never had an opportunity to pick it up. Now, thanks to the unbelievably the best deal in gaming today, and I will say that over and over again, Xbox Games Pass, I had an opportunity to finally play the game and really experience what everyone's been talking about when it comes to this game. Remember, guys, if you are not a subscriber to the channel, hit that little subscribe button, hit that little bell, the little notification button, so you know when I upload new videos. Everyone knows that the YouTube algorithm is not exactly friendly towards small YouTubers like myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and explore the spooky home of the Finch family and What Remains of Edith Finch. In What Remains of Edith Finch, you play as the title character, Edith, as you return home to your home in Washington State after inheriting it from your deceased mother. Once there, you find most of the rooms locked, and in order to see what's inside, you need to explore the house and find other ways into the room. Once you make it inside, you experience different game types and genres as you are told the tale of how each member of Edith's family has passed away. Each room is a new experience, and they all represent a completely unique style of play. No two rooms are alike in this game. Right, so the base game is is told through the first person perspective, right? You walk around the house and you discover different things, but every time you go into one of the rooms, there's either a notebook or something that takes you into the circumstances surrounding that family member's passing, right? So like I said, every member of Edith's family besides herself has passed away, and going through the house you discover why and what happened to every member of the family. Every different room is different, right? So, and I'm going to look down here at my notes just to make sure I cover different things. One was like a comic book like Tales from the Crypt. Another one was like someone flipping through a picture book. One was somebody flying a kite and destroying everything around them. And one was like losing themselves in a fantasy epic of their own creation, right? It was really, really amazing that the different genres and new genres, essentially, that really came about while playing this game. The developers really did an excellent job of doing something different for each room and making every room unique and interesting. Now, my two favorites, without giving away too many spoilers here, one was at the very beginning of the game, one of the very first rooms you discover. The little girl becomes a different animal in search of food, right? So she wakes up in the middle of the night. She was sent to bed with no dinner that night because I guess she was bad, and she wakes up starving. So she gets up and she just starts, she eats, and it's weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird. She starts eating toothpaste and different things, but then she changes into a bird, and then changes into a rat, and it keeps going for a while until the end of the story. And my other favorite was it's like a first-person comic book where you are being chased by a maniac in your own house. Really, really cool, unique stuff. Very, very interesting, and I loved I don't think there was a room I didn't like. These types of games need to rely on strong storytelling and a clear narrative that tell a unique and compelling story. The best games in this genre, like Gone Home for instance, make you want to explore every area and uncover every secret. all while presenting a minimal traditional gaming experience. What Remains of Edith Finch captures the imagination within the first few minutes of playing and holds it for the entirety of its 2.5 to 3 hour game length. Without giving away too much of the story, you will start to question exactly why this is happening to Edith's family as more and more is uncovered. Each story is tragic and memorable in ways that most games don't tap into. You know, I've talked about this before on my channel, and I live a relatively busy life. I have 3 kids, I'm in the military, married, so I don't have a whole lot of time to spend on these 50, 60, 70 hour epic games. I still enjoy those games, right? Don't get me wrong, I still like them, but the smaller games actually fit my life better. I was able actually to play Edith in one night. I finished it in one whole night because I really couldn't put the game down. I loved every second of this game. It was really, really unique and memorable. It had a great story. It wasn't too long. I think it tops out at the most 3 hours, maybe more if you, because you can miss certain rooms, right? There's some rooms that you can actually not go into, but then once the game is finished, you can go back and explore those rooms again, right? So it tops out at about 3 hours. And it's very memorable. I don't think I'm going to forget this game for a very, very long time. It's going to be one of those things that's going to be in the back of my head, and definitely one of those games that you could point to as saying, video games as an art form, right? Because this is a really amazing story that is presented to you, right? There's something very unique here. It's not the traditional gun down the bad guys or, save the princess, the world is ending type of video game. This tells a unique, very personal story to Edith, and it's just amazing. It was very memorable to me, and it fits my life perfectly. Final thoughts. What Remains of Edith Finch is one of the best examples I can think of for arguing in favor of video games as an art form. The game tells of a tragic events that will leave a lasting impression on me for years to come. Each death is represented in an abstract way that captures the emotion of death in a way that I have not experienced in video games before. In most games, you mow down legions of perceived bad guys with little to no regard for the loss of life. However, in What Remains of Edith Finch, you feel each death as if they were people that you knew. There is a reason why these kinds of games are becoming more and more prevalent in my life, and What Remains of Edith Finch sits at the top of one of my all-time favorite games. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments section below if you've ever played What Remains of Edith Finch and what you thought of it. Also let me know if there's any other narrative style adventure games in the style of What Remains of Edith Finch that you think I should check out, that you think I might be interested in. If you like today's video, make sure you give me that thumbs up. The thumbs ups always help. And of course, if you are a fan of the channel and today's video, please share to help GamerDad79 grow. If you want more GamerDad79 content, be sure to check me out on both Facebook and Twitter. I'm able to post there more than I am able to make videos, obviously. And I will leave the links to those in the description box below. Also, make sure you check out the videos that are popping up on your screen right about now. So that is it for today's video. I am GamerDad79. Keep on geeking on.